So Nintendo has started a ban wave for people who are using the Mig Switch on the Nintendo Switch 2. For those of you who don't know, the Mig Switch is a cartridge for the original Nintendo Switch that had a that has a micro SD card slot on it, which allows you to play backups of your game. Those who did buy it would have gotten a dumper, which allowed them to store backups of their legally purchased games onto their PC, put it onto the SD card, into the Mig Switch cartridge, and then cycle through their games quickly with just one cartridge in the system. And just a few days ago, the Mig Switch got an update to allow it to be used on the Nintendo Switch 2. And now we've been seeing people getting banned for it, and you know, people really should have seen this coming. I'm not saying that it's a good or bad thing. People should have the ability to back up their own games, but the thing about the Mig Switch is you could use it to pirate games and, well, to play pirated games. So it's understandable that with what happened with the original Nintendo Switch, that Nintendo are going to be far more heavy-handed with the Nintendo Switch 2. I can see a lot of people getting banned, and the bans that they're doing is just network bans. Their console is getting banned so that it can't connect to any online service apart from system updates. They can still play their single-player offline games on it, but they can't access the eShop, updates, DLC, things like that. So, understandably, with everything that happened with the Nintendo Switch 1, with Yuzu, Ryujinx, the system having custom firmware pretty quickly, I think it was about 15 months after it came out, and I seen it happening pretty quickly with the Nintendo Switch 2, that if they had a way to detect it, that people were going to be banned, and it seems like they do have a way to detect people with the Mig Switch. So that also opens up another whole can of worms, because if people are using pirated copies of Nintendo Switch 1 games on their Switch 2 using the Mig Switch, that means that the second-hand market is sort of poisoned as well. Because if you go out right now and buy a second-hand copy of a Nintendo Switch 1 game to use on your Nintendo Switch 2, there is a very, very small chance that someone has used that to dump the whole ROM, and have put it online, and say 100 people are playing online with a Mig Switch using that one copy of the game, and you have the original copy of that game. You're still going to get flagged along with those extra 100 people that are playing the game, and Nintendo will just ban everyone for that, I think. So the used market for Nintendo Switch 1 games is sort of poisoned now, as I said. So be careful out there. If you have a Mig Switch, I suggest playing it offline at all times, because even if you do play online, you're going to get an online ban anyway. So keep it offline, and if you're buying second-hand Nintendo Switch 1 games, think a little bit more carefully about it. And if you do get one that's one of the poisoned well ones, I would try to prove that you have the original cartridge. But anyway guys, thank you very much for watching, have a nice day, and I'll see you all next time. Bye now.